Alright guys, thank you for checking in with Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We're going to have our daily weather outlook right now. Warm Indian summer type pattern across most of the across most of the eastern and central United States. Cool air to the Intermountain West across the plains, and a big storm is currently coming in to the west coast. Let's elaborate a bit on this right now with the current national radar. Discussing very warm flow from the Gulf of Mexico, very wet flow from the Gulf of Mexico, leads to thunderstorms and convective slight risk over parts of the Mid-South. Rain is moving through the Great Lakes. Big storm in the west. Let's take a look at the radar right now out of Northern California. Heavy rain. We're already seeing 2 to 4 inches in some spots once you get north of the Santa Rosa, north of the San Francisco area. At the same time, we're also seeing strong winds, in excess of gusting to 50 miles per hour. Now, what happens with this crazy weather as we go through time? The storm is, yes, it's going to move inland. I'll show you the NAM model. What's going to happen here is by the time we get out to early Monday morning, that storm is back in across the Rockies. Oh, excuse me, I gotta get back to the map here, excuse me. That storm is in across the Rockies. We're going to get to that in a second. At the same time, by Monday, we're also seeing that weak severe outbreak across the Mid-South. It starts to draw in more Gulf of Mexico moisture, ends up being rain and thunderstorms for the southeast. Now, here's the catch, that by Monday evening into Monday night into probably Tuesday, what's going to happen here? We saw the low come across California. That's positioned in Colorado. Warm air to the east, cool air to the west and to the north. It's going to come right in through here, and the two combo of warm and cold are going to lead for a big storm for the northern plains and the Midwest. You've probably heard of it. Well, let's see what happens as we go through time. On the GFS model. Well, what's essentially going on is that we are seeing very heavy precipitation beginning to develop by Monday evening. And by early Tuesday morning, the low pressure center is just bombing out across the plains. There's a very nice flow straight from the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, you follow those isobars. That same isobar in the, excuse me guys, sorry that went like that, but excuse me guys, the isobar that you see in the Gulf of Mexico, that gets drawn through the U.S. into Canada and around into the low pressure center of the storm. So it's going to draw Gulf of Mexico moisture. At the same time, much cooler air is coming in across Canada. So what you see here is a great combo for a major storm for the Midwest. I'm expecting strong winds and heavy rain for most of the western and central Great Lakes. Should be a light precipitation event with a heavy shaft of rain early Tuesday morning for a lot of the Iowa, eastern South Dakota, Twin Cities area. And what about North Dakota? I mean, it's cold in North Dakota. Will it snow? Certainly possible. The GFS says yes, it will snow, and there should be enough precip for isolated snow in the North Dakota area. We'll have to iron out the details on the storm as we go through time. What we do know is what's coming behind the storm. The storm shoots off into Canada. Still relatively warm across the eastern U.S. Relatively tranquil pattern across the southwest U.S. Tranquil, but freezing cold across most of the Intermountain West, into the plains, and these cold outbreaks will continue to become more numerous and dive southward as we lead into winter. Alright guys, thank you for checking in with Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please spread the word about our website and have a great day.